Requests for personalized services go down. I see requests for ebooks go down. Everything goes down. And then you start to sweat buckets a little bit like, man, am I doing something wrong? No. It's not you. Everybody's on holiday doing something else. By September, it will pick up. What I found to be very, very beneficial, and I've been doing this for the last couple of years, I mentioned this on the Vigorous Q&A, starting every month at zero. So throughout the month, I get multiple transfers, whether that's cryptocurrency, bank transfers, Wise, Payoneer, Veeam, whatever else, PayPal, obviously, even though they take way too much of my earnings, right? Their fees are exorbitantly high, disgustingly high, but still it's the best and most convenient way to earn money with the products and services that I have for sale. Same as Stripe, right? Using credit cards. Those fees are quite expensive, but sometimes you don't have another choice. So I get multiple revenue and multiple deposits and transfers in every day, basically. And then at the end of the month, I go through my financials. I pay all of my staff, right? My wife, her brother, her mom, my timestamps guy, my thumbnails guy, my editor, etc. Everybody that I have on staff actively, I pay at the end of the month to make sure that they're taken care of. I look at my financials. Did I cover all of my credit card expenses for my food, my house, utility bills, and that kind of stuff, right? Insurance. Cover everything at the end of the month. Whatever I have left, that is disposable income that I don't need to spend at the first couple of days on blood work or whatever else, I put it into assets. I start the month, every month, at zero. So the first couple of days of the month, sweating buckets. So I'm highly motivated from the first of the month until the couple of days that I need for me to feel a little bit more financially secure based on the revenue streams and the deposits that I get into my bank account or my cryptocurrency payments or whatever else. It takes a couple of days. And throughout these first couple of days of the month, highly motivated to earn more. Then I keep this momentum going for the rest of the month. But I'll be honest, sometimes the last couple of months when I hit particular financial targets, I kind of throw in the towel and start playing video games because I felt that I'm satisfied with the amount of money that I made towards the end of the month. Sometimes during July, August, for example, where everybody's on holiday, or during January or the Christmas, New Year's time, you see that income starts to come down. Why? Because a lot of people during these times, July, August, let's say around the New Year, Christmas time, or the beginning of the year, when people are still collecting money to kind of survive after all of the Christmas expenses, during this time, people don't really care about fitness or bodybuilding or using performance-enhancing drugs. They're thinking about going on a holiday and spending some high-quality time with their family. So if you're just starting out in the fitness industry or any endeavor that revolves around products and services that are highly susceptible to holiday periods, expect a little bit of loss of revenue, right? You have to be ready for this based on the expensing patterns that you currently have. So you can only spend as much as your lowest month, right? And even then you should save a little bit of money. So if you're only earning, let's say $2,000 during July and August periods, because everybody's on holiday, these are now your maximum earnings that you have as a foundation throughout all of the months of the entire year for you to pay all of your bills with and all of your minimal lifestyle expenses. If you earn more, if you earn over that on the other months, so you have the lowest month out of the year, let's say that's July or August, for example, and you earn $2,000, you spend $2,000 every month throughout the entire year, but the other months, you might earn more. This surplus over $2,000, let's say that's $6,000 other months, you have $4,000 to put away as savings or appreciating assets. This is the way you save money. Really, go with the lowest earning month, use that as a baseline. You're only as good as your lowest earning month. You're only as successful as your lowest earning month out of the year. At the end of the year, when you do your financials and you combine the entire year together, you might be earning more than $25,000 per year, right? Just as using this $2,000 as your lowest earning month. You might earn $100,000. So you have $76,000 that you can save. You don't have to live and spend according to your highest earning month. You spend and live according to your lowest earning month. Again, this is only applicable for the guys who are currently self-employed or they got a couple extra revenue streams alongside their main revenue stream, which is, where they're employed at. If you got, some extra work, then of course, again, put it away. You don't need it right now. You're only as good and as successful as your lowest earning month. Whether that's in July, August, December, January, that's entirely up to you. You need to manage your financials. Mine go back 25 years, and I can see clear patterns, based on how people spend their money because they go on holiday or, they want to spend time with their family because I'm in the service industry. I see the views go down during these particular periods. I see requests for personalized services go down. I see requests for ebooks go down. Everything goes down. And then you start to sweat buckets a little bit like, man, am I doing something wrong? No. It's not you. Everybody's on holiday doing something else. By September, it will pick up. Good thing for me is that my entire year is based on my lowest earning month. I don't spend any more than I would otherwise earn in July and August. And even though my revenue streams are going up every single year with a certain percentage that is my business, not yours, right? To quote Robert Kiyosaki, mind your own business, right? That's the guy that wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. Go give it a read or listen to the audiobook. It will literally change your life to the point you're now so jaded and ruined that you can't even buy anything anymore unless it's appreciating. Yeah. Now, I wish I never read that book, but at least it allows me for financial security later on in life. And I will tell you straight up, after reading that book or a couple other books, if you're not finding yourself into a situation where you have multiple millions saved in appreciating assets, it's very hard to spend money on something that's very enjoyable. So I didn't start buying anything that was for fun, I would say, like my cats or the motorbike, until I was at a certain financial position. And again, that's my business, not yours. Now, what I will say, even at your lowest earning month, you still need to start at zero the next month because you need to stay motivated. You need to put all of that money away. So even if you're breaking even, and let's say you have $2,000 worth of spendings and you only earn $2,000, you're literally at net zero. If you earned an extra dollar during that month, that dollar goes away into a savings account or an appreciating asset. Start, I can't emphasize it enough, just start at zero so you can stay motivated. Set a couple of financial targets for yourself that you should attain throughout that month. Again, very difficult to do if you're employed and you're only reliant on a single salary and you don't have any extra revenue streams to kind of top that off and collect a little bit more money along the way. But if you're self-employed and you're earning by yourself, you can set targets, for celebrations, for example, at $1,000 as an example, right? So the first $1,000 that you make, maybe it takes a couple days. Okay, now you have a little bit of extra money to spend to take your girlfriend or wife out to dinner, right? I achieved this financial milestone and I'm going to use 1% or an X percentage of this financial accomplishment to take you out to dinner, right? It's a simple rule you can have with your wife. I did this many years ago. When I make X amount, we're going to dinner for X amount. Now, this could be 1%, 0.5%, or maybe 5%, depending on the financial milestone that you want to reach within a certain amount of days that the month has started. Let's say that's $1,000. For 1% of that, $10, you can't really do much with your wife unless it's like going for a cup of coffee and maybe having some cake alongside of it that you probably have to share, again, because of inflation. So if you earn $10,000, you take 1% of that, that's $100, right? Now you can start looking into having a nice romantic dinner, perhaps with a glass of wine or two alongside of it. If you don't think that the $100 is enough to celebrate, you might have to raise that percentage of your financial milestone that you have throughout the month to 2%, 5%, 10%, albeit that a 10% celebration might be digging into your finances that you just reached, right? If you make $1,000 and you take 10% of that, now you have $900 left, right? You still have your lifestyle expenses. You don't need to party that hard every single $1,000 that you make. So I'll leave that entirely up to you. Use the money that you just earned, a percentage of that to kind of do something fun. And if you don't earn within your financial milestones, there's no reason to party. Really, you're not working hard enough. You're not earning enough. You're not deserving of doing something fun. I had to be that brutally honest, but you have expenses that will keep going and you need to start earning more money for you to be financially secure and successful. And there's no drinking or going out to dinner or watching movies, et cetera, until you are in a position to start doing that. And again, it really depends on where you live, how much taxes you need to pay, and how horribly the inflation is in your country. So maybe $2,000 is enough for you to start celebrating and taking your girlfriend, wife, partner out for dinner and doing something fun. But in some countries, it might be $10,000. Yeah. Sometimes it might be more. So that's entirely up to you and which financial incentive you need before you feel comfortable to start taking somebody out and paying for all of the expenses that you have throughout that night. And it might mean that, you're earning so well that you say, you know what, baby, I think after a whole month of earning, let's go away for a long weekend. I do this with my wife most of the months when I feel that we've earned enough money to kind of celebrate with a long weekend at a nice resort or a hotel. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people prefer to grind until they're at the millionaire level. They grind and grind and grind and don't take any profits along the way. So they don't really go out. They don't go to celebrate. They don't buy any new experience to kind of take the edge off and relax a little bit. I don't believe in that. I do feel that you need to take profits along the way for experiences, but not for useless things that you basically bought on an impulse buy, right? Taking your girlfriend or wife out to dinner, on holiday, trips, doing sightseeing, right? Enriching your personality with experiences. If they cost money, so be it, right? I don't believe in buying more stuff to the point your condominium or your house just starts filling up with random stuff that you don't really need. Some people prefer to live like that. But after traveling all over Asia for an entire year, living out of a backpack, which was between 15 to 17 kilos, that was all the assets that I needed. And they were all functional, mostly clothes, a laptop, a camera, and a toothbrush and some multivitamins and, some shaving equipment. And that was basically it. When you live bare bones for a while, you realize that you really don't need much. But when you live bare bones, all of the doors regarding experiences open up because you don't bring all of your luggage with you. You don't bring all of this baggage, all of this extra stuff that you don't really need. Now, that was my life, maybe not your life, but I can highly recommend it. And honestly, guys, if you find yourself into a position where you can actually live out of a suitcase for a couple of years, or maybe even a couple of months, that's all it takes for you to kind of change your minds when it comes to experiences versus material things. You'll realize that all of those experiences that you can get along the way are worth 10 times more than the assets you can put into your suitcase. The suitcase is just going to weigh you down. So for most of us, most of the people that I know that traveled quite a bit and became financially secure by becoming an expert in a particular field that they love doing, their suitcase is quite empty. But their experiences are very, very high. That's why they have something to talk about, a lot of things to share, a lot of things to contribute to this particular niche of knowledge that they find themselves in because they've been grinding in this particular avenue for years or decades. The assets will go away. The material objects, they will expire. You'll become bored with it. You don't want it. A fire can take it away or some sort of accident. But it's the experiences that will last you a lifetime, assuming that you're investing into your health as well. So you invest into your health to last you a lifetime, and you invest in experiences which will last you a lifetime as well. And combining your health with experiences and this unique amount of knowledge that you got yourself, you can make a significant amount of money. I promise you that. You can make a lot of money for this life that is now very long lasting, right? You cover all bases and the material things will just come and go. They're kind of passing through the dimension that you find yourself in. So again, I hope this gives you some ideas on how to spend your money. All right. Health, very important. Experiences, very important. And everything else that you earn over that you don't need for health or experiences, put it into something that appreciates. All right, and do your research because not everything that appreciates might appreciate as well as other things. When you start comparing cryptocurrency to the stock exchange or gold or some of the other things that you can invest in, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency kind of outperforms all of them, but it also comes with a ton of risk. And you need to be very strong-headed and level-headed for you to make the accurate and smart investment choices. So you don't start investing when the market is already up. You start investing when the market is very, very low and everybody starts to panic. Maybe you need to read one of those books about investments first. Really hope this helps you guys. I know I was kind of all over the place. If you want to know something specific about financials, just let me know down below in the comment section. I will gladly address it if there's a demand for it. And otherwise, we'll just stick to performance enhancing drugs and how to use them safely. Thank you guys so much for watching. For now, we're out of time. You can find everything that I'm associated with down below in the YouTube description section. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at VigorSteve. Vigorous crew, you guys know what to do. A front double bicep for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.